Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marvel Movie News. I am Matt Key. Today we're talking about Black Panther. We're talking about Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, and we're going to do a light spoilery reactions, but light spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That'll be at the end of the show, so we're not going to ruin anything for you. But if you want to stick around, it's just going to be reactions. Pretty basic and simple. Anyway, we'll be right back. Bye.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel
The intro to the show, like I'm leaving a voicemail from my dad.
I feel like you bailed halfway through. You're like, I've got ideas and I've got goals, and I've gone too far.
You really cared, though. You were just like, guys, listen.
There's heart,
no, but
there's heart
it's
there.
It's like, just so you know.
No, but
Yeah.
it is like very sincere. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but I also don't want our fans to be like, oh no, Guardian spoilers. I don't want to tune in. Like, I wouldn't blame them. I would turn it off.
That was
But,
a
like,
pre-spoiler
Yeah.
warning, spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
In
like
a cold open.
It's like
Yeah.
a post-credit scene that we're gonna do.
That's
so.
pre-credit.
There's your pre-credit scene, y'all.
Yeah,
You haven't seen this movie yet? Just try.
That was
It's
a
gonna be good.
pre-credit,
Just
post-credits.
wait. Just watch it. You'll.
I like that you turned me into like Jeff Goldblum, Woody Allen. Just like, hello everybody. Hello.
The
My
least
name,
neurotic man, Jeff Goldblum, Woody Allen.
He's been waiting to be called
Woody
that his whole life.
Goldblum, man. He's killing it.
Woody
Goldblum's got some
Woody
stuff.
Fan
going
art.
on.
Someone please draw Woody Goldberg.
Are you guys gonna start the show? Is it?
No.
Oh,
Hey,
what?
everybody, that's my
Yeah.
wife.
We've got an 8-minute window where we don't start the show just
I
to
know.
make the trolls aggressive.
All right, well, let's go ahead and...
Yeah.
My wife is here, so we're going to start the show.
Yeah, we got Brittany.
She's going to keep me on task today.
Pass on, Brittany.
We are the Marvel Movie News. This is episode 129. 129.
Yes.
129 episodes.
Wow.
Deep.
When they
Feels good.
asked us to do it, I was like, yeah, it'll last for 10 episodes. We are coming to you live from the Milano. Star-Lord is driving.
Look at that.
On our show, we tell you all the news from all those studios, why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News, or find us at youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network. Also on their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. Also on Twitter, at Marvel News PTN, or at the Popcorn Talk. On Facebook.com/Marvel News Show. And guys, if you tweet a link out to our show telling people that they can watch us live and join the live chat and ask us questions and participate in a wonderful and loving community that accepts all, Hydra Steve in the booth will retweet you.
I've been looking for the community. Where do I go for that?
Yeah, where is that? Where's the link, dude?
Can you direct me? I'll go right now.
Like I
It's
said,
so inclusive, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I said, my name is Matt Key, at the Matt Key. We're joined by Markia McCarty, at MarkeiamCcarty.
Wow.
I'm getting better. I'm
Yes.
getting better.
Yes.
Impressive.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That's how you spell it.
But I'm getting the inflections in there too, right?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah.
Like, correct me.
I don't think I put a lot of emphasis on the second C, but I might, because in my head it's a uppercase C. So
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing it. Maybe I'm adding it to it because I think you should, which means I'm mansplaining your own spelling of your name.
Just so you know, this
so
is
you
how you
know.
pronounce your
Yeah.
name.
Just so
This
you
is
know,
how
You've been
it's
doing it
spelled.
wrong.
Really
I'm
spell
gonna
it.
resort it for you.
We also have Coy Jandro at CoyJandreau.
No mansplaining here. I can spell my own name. Matt's only spelled it wrong once in 129 episodes.
Wow.
Yep.
This is our
That's
puncture
true.
edition
That's
today. We're
impressive.
doing good.
Yeah.
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 Also, I just now noticed that I have the seat that constantly sinks, so by the end of the show, Markia will be taller than me. That'll be
Yes.
adorable
It's like
and
Trader
fun.
Sam's, that one chair that
Yep.
just makes us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are joined by the one, the only, the exuberant and uber handsome
Whoa, hey.
Leo Camacho.
Spell it.
Oh.
Leocamacho.
Yeah, I did it. Well
Yes.
done. Yes. Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
not-
hi.
I
How's it
don't have
going?
the Kana sound. Hi.
Man, I like your name. It's like a luchador's name.
Yeah, I always say that my name sounds like a 14-year-old was inventing an action hero, and that's the first thing that came up, like Leo Camacho.
Yeah. It's an
like
action
it.
figure like that.
It is, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you do the Disney show here, right?
Yeah, on the same network, I do Disney Movie News, which we sometimes touch on Marvel movie news because it is Disney, right? We,
How dare
We
you.
got you. And that's the part where everybody sort of tunes away.
That's okay. That happens to us whenever we start talking about DC. We're like,
Oh, really?
well, you know, Wonder Woman's coming out. Oh,
I
let's talk about
almost
that.
wore a flash hat just to troll, but I was like, I don't want to die. So.
That's layers of trolling since you're
Layers.
DC. Like,
Exactly.
It wouldn't have been trolling. I like the
Meta
Flash.
trolls.
Flash is great. He's one of my favorite DC characters.
we just lost 10 viewers, Matt.
Yeah.
You did this. Look at that.
You did this.
Show's canceled. Show's
We're also
canceled.
joined by my lovely one and only wife, Brittany.
Thanks for the clarification. The one and only.
This is my lovely,
To date.
wonderful wife.
She's on the cosmic couch and she likes fabulous. I love that shirt.
Thank you.
I love that hair.
It's
Thank
Fruit
you.
Loops meets Guardians.
Yeah, it's an artist by the name of Bambuda. I think she's awesome. She does a lot of cute cereal parody shirts. This is one of my favorite.
I
Group
like
Loops.
it.
Thank you.
She also has what was the Loki one? There was a Loki Charms. Yeah,
Loki Charms, I've seen that one.
And she's
Yeah.
a very nice artist. Go support Bambuda. She's great.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I had to.
Thank you for obeying my will.
No, it's Guardians. Of course they had to be here.
No,
Yeah.
what she means is she had to come in and correct me to teach me how to do the show better.
Yeah, I noticed you were very
It's good.
on
I'm
track today.
I'm on track. I had things to say before the show. I'm
Yeah,
very
'cause-
organized.
Yeah, because Brittany's mind is like a steel trap, so
Oh,
she's
yeah.
gonna
You
fill
know
in all
me.
the holes for us
That's
for Guardians.
me,
Yep.
Squirrel Girl. Nothing but steel trap up here.
But all of us have seen Guardians except for Koi. So at the end of the show, when we get to the part where we're going to do spoiler light reactions to Guardians, Koi's going to leave. Brittany's going to jump up and take Koi's place, and then we're going to have the four of us talk about that. In the meantime, if you're looking at Brittany and you see a box on the seat next to her, that is a Collector Core Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 box. That Brittany and I want to give away to one lucky fan.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
There's a exclusive Funko Pop with Groot, baby Groot, and Rocket, very cute, and one of the Star-Lord featured on your table
This guy?
right there. There's a T-shirt, and I think there's a comic book.
Oh, this is inside of that
yeah,
box?
that's inside of that. It's
And
in
the
a-
head of Pepper Potts.
and
Yeah.
What's
a
in the
T-shirt.
box?
What's in the
Well
box?
done, sir. Well
Everything's
done.
canon back to Marvel.
You guys are gonna give this away next week,
6
right?
degrees.
We're gonna give it away next week. But here's what you have to do to get it.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You gotta give us some really awesome fan art.
yes.
The fan
Yeah.
art.
The fan art has been
contest.
incredible
Yeah.
lately.
We are loving the
Very
fan
much.
art a lot, and we bandied about various contests, and we thought the fan art might be the funnest.
Yeah, so
Defend
you
us
know,
fan
have the three of us in some scenario.
Yeah.
And
No
Make me the
parameters,
villain.
vote on
right?
it.
Make them fighting me.
Are there any parameters, or is it just like go for it? Just
You know what? I think the go for it. I think it has to include at least the three hosts, the three of us. If you
Yeah.
can include everyone on our show today, that would be even better. Also, since I'm not an artist, if I were listening to the show, I'd be like, well, I'm not an artist. I guess I can't win that. So if you can write an incredible poem about us, that is
yeah.
also
So
art.
some form of
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
You'd like to
Some
edit,
form of
you'd like to
art.
edit a
Some
It's
short
like
form of
the
featuring
narrative.
us.
The narrative to the artwork, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
setting it
Yeah.
up.
As long as there's some,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
make a short film telling us how much you love
Yeah.
us.
And should
As
they
long as
just-
it's art.
Should they just DM you guys at your
statue?
Twitter account?
Yeah, if you'd like to make
yeah.
guests.
Yeah, the Marvel movie news account.
Yeah.
Tag the Marvel Movie News account on Twitter, and we'll find it there.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
been a
Leo
comics your
Camacho.
whole entire life. Why didn't you ever draw?
I tried. I've never been good at it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm terrible.
I used to be great at it, and then as soon as I stopped, it doesn't come back
No,
sometimes.
no.
I-
It stays right where
Not
you
like
left
riding a
it.
bike.
you can ask my lovely wife. She has seen one of my very first comic books that I ever did called the
It-
Taco Bell
It's
Avengers.
great.
Is it? How much is that going
Was
for
that
on eBay?
sponsored?
We're
It
gonna
was
totally
not.
we're gonna totally
It was not.
deviate for a second, but we really should bring that in there. It's a
Yeah, we
really
should.
great comic book about your undying love for Taco Bell.
And
Nice.
the Avengers,
And
like, by the
Avengers.
way, that was like, I was like 6th grade, and I was
We're
like,
bringing that in.
Taco Bell Avengers.
Worth noting,
know why I
not
didn't think of
high
it.
at 19 years old. This happened
Yeah.
younger and
Yeah.
not on drugs.
Yep.
Taco Bell Avengers. Mine was like age 6, and I did Lizard Man meets Mr. Reptile, and it was two lizards fighting, and they were both the lizard from Spider-Man. They had the same origin story. They both just looked like the lizard.
I think that's fantastic.
I think I liked the
fair.
lizard.
I love that.
See, I spent my youth drawing Mega Man bosses, and the one that stands out
Yeah.
the most to me was Pickle Man.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he
sounds
threw
tough.
pickles and they just sort of bounced. They weren't very effective.
Were they explosive or
Well,
were
no,
they
because
just
like
pickles?
in the NES days, it wasn't about like how big the explosion could be. Is if the enemy touches you, you take damage. So I
Yeah,
thought a
right.
unpredictable bouncing pickle would be a really hard enemy.
That's
to
how
solve.
they get
I
you.
like it.
That's how they get
it was
you.
like it was a chaos pickle.
It was a chaos pickle.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Chaos
It was
pickle
a
dimension.
mindless one.
It was one of Dormammu's mindless pickles.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've
All
come
right.
to make a pickle.
Nice. Well done. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
All right. Now that we're 8 minutes in,
Yes.
Quota
Exactly.
made.
I'm sure
Thanks,
we've.
MVMT, for keeping us on track for 8 minutes late.
All right. We are starting the show today with Marquia's favorite Black Panther.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It finally
yes.
happened. There's no Deadpool news. There
So
was like,
then I
wow.
win by default.
no. I
But
was
the bigger news is Black Panther. It's very exciting.
No,
I
it
like
is
that you
very
guys are
exciting.
still not letting her talk about
I
Black
know.
Panther.
I know,
Like,
they still
even
are.
introducing.
How do you
We're
spell
gonna
Black
have Brittany
Panther,
on
Matt?
so much.
So Black Panther.
T-H-E-R-B-L-A-C-K.
The way you said that too, it's like her favorite Black Panther, not her favorite Black Panther. I was like, which Black Panther is your favorite?
Kevin Feige gushes over the Black Panther's high-class storytelling. Speaking with Fandango, Kevin Feige said, Black Panther is a huge part of the Marvel Comics mythology and has been for 50-plus years. Other than his awesome, relatively brief appearance in Civil War, his history has been relatively untapped. Then he went on to say, every day, seeing that cast come together, it's just amazing. Across the board, it's the highest class cast we've ever had on a first movie, which kind of struck me deep because I thought the Doctor Strange cast was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good.
But,
Yeah, but this
for real,
is-
but for real.
This
but
is
for real.
Angela
Yeah.
Bassett.
Yeah, but for real.
Across
So-
the board.
Like, but
Yeah.
it was so funny. I was like,
Said everybody but Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
you love your Fishburne, and I love you for loving that. I love you for loving that fish.
You know,
It's
sometimes you got those
Larry.
actors.
He was even good in what was it?
Not that good.
Predators. No, Predators
Predators.
3.
No,
the
it's
one
called-
where they were on that other
Yeah.
world.
Wow.
It was
I'm
just
sorry, did I
Predators.
just spoil that for you? That movie's like
I'm-
10 years old.
I'm marveling that you saw it. Like,
Yeah.
I saw it too.
Predators, eh?
And
It
he
had
plays
Lawrence
the weird
Fishburne
character.
in
He's in it for like 4 minutes.
Okay, if there was a movie fights with Lawrence Fishburne, I would be all over that.
Yeah.
That's how much I love my
That's
Larry.
fair.
Wow.
My go-to is
I-
Will Smith for everything. As a matter of fact, I joked about it on Disney Movie News, and I joked that he was going to be in Dumbo, and then he turns out he turned down a role in Dumbo, and then he
But
turned out.
he's-
And then what was the other one that recently just was announced?
You want me to tell you? I know.
What?
was it?
Aladdin.
Yeah, he's the
What?
He's the genie.
And I joked about that like
They
months
got Will
in
Smith
advance.
for the genie?
Oh,
I
He's in
talks. He's in
totally
talks.
missed
He's in
He's in
that.
talks. It's not confirmed, but
Talks.
Okay.
Mine's Ben
That's
Foster. I want Ben
interesting.
Foster in everything.
In everything?
Ben Foster for period. Like Ben Foster as Emma Watson in Hermione. Like,
Wait, that's
Yeah.
exactly the movie I saw.
I want that. I need that in my
That's
life.
fair.
Yeah.
mine is Doctor Strange. I just
Just as a character.
Doctor
The
Strange
fictional
as an actor.
character.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, but yes.
Black Panther Kevin Feige had one more quote here. He said, "The cast looks different than any of the other casts that we've ever had, both in front of and behind the camera. It's almost entirely people of color, which I think is a special, important thing, and one of the reasons the film will be unique and as great as I think it's going to be." So,
Yes. So he was fanboying out
stoked.
over Black Panther.
no, and I
Which is
love
cool.
that. I
Yes.
really love that. Yeah.
Excellent. There might be some people out there that aren't very familiar with Black Panther, so I was just gonna recommend real quick. You can do Christopher Priest's run called The Client. That is my absolute favorite run of Black Panther, and it's really good because one of the things that it does is that it introduces you into like Wakandian religion, Wakandian society through Everett Ross. So, I mean, it's a possibility. They might even do that for this film since they have him in it.
And for those,
but yeah,
if you
it's dense. It's gorgeous and beautiful. So,
and if you don't remember who Everett Ross is, that's the character that was played by Martin Freeman in Civil
Oh.
War. So,
Yeah.
Everett Ross.
he's the liaison.
Yeah, he is the.
I still think Bilbo. That's like all I think forever and ever.
Bilbo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's.
But yeah, check that out.
And what was the run? Who did the run that was drawn by John Romita?
Oh, that's Hudlin, Reggie.
Yeah, I like-
that's my favorite run.
I
the
like
John
that
Romita
run
Jr.
too.
run.
Yeah, I mean my favorite run was the
2006, I
Priest
think.
run, but
Okay.
yeah.
See, this is super helpful for me because I'm one of those people that didn't know much about Black Panther. I was like, oh, it's Africa Batman.
Well, Priest's run is like 90s. It's like
Yeah,
late
it's late 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s.
I want to say 97 or 98. Around there. Yeah.
Still good.
He's
and then
still good.
The
It's really good.
Ta-Nehisi Coates' current run is
Yes, I need
fantastic.
to catch up.
Yeah,
I
I'm
need to
about
catch-
five behind on that one, but it's so like deeply like rich in its mythology and everything. It's very well done. It's very well
It was
done.
Reggie Hudlin. It was 05. I was off by a year. So the
Awesome.
05 run with John Romita Jr. It's perfect. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a very
Nice.
good run. I love that one.
It was
yeah.
Marvel
oh,
Knights.
there we
back,
go.
Back
yeah,
when
that's
Marvel Knights was killing
that
it.
is one of the first
yeah,
pages
yeah.
of
The
that
client.
entire book. Yeah, what's great about the Priest run is that they do it all through Everett Ross's eyes, like you
Yeah,
said,
he's the windows into the world.
and he's kind of like a very well accomplished idiot. Like he's
Forrest Gump.
He's very cowardly. He's afraid. Like he's very cowardly and very good at his job. But like what he's coming up against in Wakanda is something he's never seen and is not prepared for, in
Yeah.
terms of like the mythology that they're up against, like the demons that they have to fight and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
the different
is,
factions, the xenophobia. I mean, it's got a lot of great
Is
themes.
it Priest Ashibe?
Achebe, yeah, Achebe.
But is he priest, lord? I can't remember. It feels like
I thought
there's
he was priest. Am
I know he's a
wrong?
priest, but I couldn't remember. It feels like there's like a Lord Achebe or something. Anyway, he's a mess. There's factions. There's civil wars. It's great. It's great.
What would you say, like,
Mephisto's in there.
If you had to give it like an overarching tone, would you say it's like supernatural? Would you say it's political? Like, what would you say is the magnetic force behind that particular?
I felt like it was political. I mean, it dealt a lot with the factions. I mean, yes, there's obviously supernatural themes to it, but I mean, you go into things like with Wakanda religion, like you really hit the whole thing about having the Black Panther mantle and just like the different cults. And then just like the whole element of having Ross in there, and he's your pathway into it, and everything that he does. I like you said, accomplished idiot. But like everything that he does, I just felt like it was super political, which is another reason why with this movie, for them saying that it's a political thriller, I'm like,
no, they set it up nicely for that with Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it can get cosmic, but
Yeah, it
it's
gets
political
cosmic, and
first.
Marvel's getting better at just like plunging you in, right? Like they don't have to do as much setup anymore. They just like trust us. It's a new character. It's gonna be dope.
Well, we're 9 years into like a series, so it's like we've established 9 years of laying groundwork, so we don't have to like dance around Crossbone's crazy suit. Like that wouldn't have worked phase 1, but like phase 2.5, like we're deep in. So
that exists in this world. We got it.
Like by the time Dormammu landed on that planet with like Hot Topic neon backgrounds, I was like, oh, we're there. Okay, like at what point now, like, do we just wait for like Maggot to show up in the X-Men? Like it's just gonna happen.
I want Shumagorath. That's like all I want.
Oh, dude.
That's like all I want.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and
dude.
One of my faves.
He's one of my faves. He's the big bad and one of my top 5 Doctor Strange stories. Like
and I want Spectrum. I want Spectrum to show up and then like fry him with his own brain electricity.
We're going like deep, Marvel.
Yeah,
I think I'm quite ready for that.
Dude, I've been saying Chamber for months. Like imagine Chamber,
oh my God,
like a psionic voice just coming out of a flame mouth.
I can't even tell you how long I've been trying to figure out how to cosplay Chamber.
Dude, Robert Pattinson is Chamber.
Good night.
All right.
So first story down.
Do you want to say anything else?
No.
I do not want to take I don't want to take this away from you.
I
like,
got
we got
the
to start
opening
with
of
it.
the show. So
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
good now.
By the way, it was 9 years today. Iron Man came out 9 years today.
Wow.
Wait,
Today?
serious?
Oh, wow.
Really?
Happy
Hey,
birthday,
happy
Iron Man.
Happy, yeah.
9 years of Marvel, you guys.
Happy ninth birthday,
MCU.
Marvel Cinematic
Of
Universe.
printing money, cinematic universe. Well done.
How are those islands treating you down here? Hope you're celebrating the birthday.
So let's move on to Captain Marvel, where Brie Larson discusses her similarities with Captain Marvel. Speaking to Vanity Fair, the quote that we have here is, "They've been very open to hearing," they, Marvel, have been very open to hearing my thoughts and my take on it, which has been great. I think that's why they cast me. I have a lot of similarities to this character, and they want me to bring that into the movie. There was also another quote, I didn't include it in here, but she basically said that she did not initially take the role. Like, they offered it to her, and she's like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about it. Like, it wasn't like a yes, oh my god, yes.
Wow.
But once she spoke to Feige and the other filmmakers and producers behind it, the writers, and kind of said basically, I want to be more involved in the creative process of bringing this character to life. Their answer was, well, yeah, that's what we do.
Obviously.
But like, I don't think most other studios do that. So like, they went to her and said, hey, 2 years from now, we're going to give you your own solo movie. We're still looking for directors, but we're in the middle of creating this script. We need your input as the actress and the character on how to develop that.
That's how
Oh my
it
God.
works.
And she was fresh off a really deserved Oscar.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
Yeah.
like it wasn't a career Oscar where it's like, and you've been doing great. Here you go. Like Leo's was. It was like Room was game changing.
Yeah.
Room like
Sure.
she was a powerhouse in a powerhouse movie, and they were like, trust us.
So how dare she ask for
Yeah.
this?
How dare she
dare
demand
she?
standards?
Yeah.
So I think that. It's like Black Panther. I think it's going to change, like, the way we perceive this type of character. Like, Wonder Woman, yes, a good DC thought, is going to change how we have a perception of what female-driven movies are. And then I think this is going to be Marvel's answer to that. And I think they need someone with the caliber of Brie Larson so we don't fall behind.
Yeah.
I like that the Marvel universe feels big now. Like I feel before there was only the hardcore fans that appreciated it for what it was and its diversity and how in its depth, and then the casual fan just knew Spider-Man, maybe Captain America, Wolverine, and that's it, right? And now you don't even you don't even associate Wolverine with Marvel anymore as you do with like the Avengers and things
Yeah.
like that. There's a different vibrancy to the.
Well, they were
characters now.
C-list characters that they just like hadn't sold the rights to. They were
Right.
the garage sale. They couldn't get rid of these guys. So like, let's try an Iron Man movie with this
we
guy
got?
that can't stay out of prison. We have to have an insurance liability
Yeah.
on him. Like that movie on paper would not happen
No,
today.
nobody even picked Vision in the arcade game.
No.
No,
Why even do that? Why even go
Kidding
there?
me?
Oh, I always chose Storm.
Yeah, like the
Just
characters
Storm's
we
a good
have
choice.
today.
She was a really
She
good
was
choice.
pow-
She
she
was
was
like
OP,
she was
to be
like
honest.
choosing Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
because it's like nobody could touch you.
Yeah.
the range. Wolverine was sucked.
It was all
Anyway.
Colossus.
Oh yeah, Colossus. I always chose Nightcrawler because there was a way to like jiggle the joystick where he would like cover almost the entire screen. I
You
was
couldn't
like,
hit him.
Yeah.
OP.
Yeah.
And now Squirrel Girl's gonna be on TV.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've gone from that in 9 years to
we
like
live?
We have
Squirrel Girl.
arrived.
What is
Yeah,
this?
Runaways has its own show.
Yeah.
Cloak and
Runaways.
Dagger has a show on what was once ABC Family. Like
Yeah.
a lot's changed.
Lots has changed.
Yeah.
Happy 9,
I had
everybody.
their Fleer 1995 card. That's all I knew. And
About Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger, and no one
Love
knew
you.
what the hell I was talking about.
I
and
love
random.
you,
Dude,
Leo.
Maximum Carnage, man. That's
Maximum
where-
Carnage.
That's where you go.
All right, let's move on. Beep beep bop beep boo.
Sorry.
Avengers
Stories
Infinity
in.
War. Another quote from Kevin Feige on Fandango. He said that Infinity War will be unlike any comic book movie before it. Sorry, let me read that again.
Isn't that what they say for everything?
Will be unlike any comic book movie before it. Yeah. He proclaimed that, I believe, from the highest mountain.
Right.
He proclaimed it, so it will be so.
I believe
Our
it.
Lord and Savior Kevin Feige. All right. Here's this quote. It's more exciting than people are aware of right now with what's happening on Infinity War. We're doing things you've never seen before with films based on comics. I don't even know how to
Yeah, unpack that.
unpack
Yeah.
that.
Thanos is
What
the
have
lead.
we-
They
seen
have to be
everything.
talking about genres.
Yeah.
Like they're
Thanos
crossing
is the
genres.
lead.
They
I
have
think the
to.
Avengers are the bad guys. I think like it's being shot for $1 billion. Like the scope of this whole
crazy.
thing is just banana sandwich.
Yeah.
I think that they've called it the Nashville of Marvel superhero movies, and I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Like, I think that we should take them exactly at their word. I think that when we get to like, I think it's going to be told from various perspectives, and it's not going to be a thing of like, oh, now we're in this scene and they're on this side of the world. Now we're over here with these characters. They're over here. I think each one of those is going to be shot like the Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Gonna be almost shot kind of like more of a romance with like those kind of camera moves and those
Yeah.
sorts of angles
Getting
and
those
Like
genres.
multi-genre
Do-
within the
do
Do you
same
think
movie.
they're gonna like rip our heart and guts out
Yep.
by doing a?
Oh yeah, it's
Uh-huh,
happening.
I do.
And the
I
Russo
do.
brothers can handle every
Of
style.
course.
Like the Russo brothers showed us, like
Yeah.
these were comedy directors from like TV, and they're like, "What if we show you what a good car chase looks like?" Like they just suddenly
Yeah.
were like, "Everything we're good at." So like I think they can make 10 movies that's 3 hours and put it in one movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I'm so ready for
if you go look at the stuff that they did on Community, like
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
they did so much. What just like it's a sitcom, like it's a single camera comedy. Like
But people love it.
it was the paintball episode's what got them Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Like,
and they've earned
Feige
it.
has said that. He's like their
No
paintball
way.
episode got them Winter Soldier.
Wow.
I need to go. I haven't.
Plus, they're
I
just
gotta
really
watch
nice
that.
guys.
Yeah.
They really
Plus
are.
they're just like sincerely nice
They're
guys.
super
Yeah.
nice.
You
And they
got,
care,
we both got to
man.
meet them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
you
get,
got
like,
to interview them.
The honest trailers commentary where they go and they try
Yeah.
to make something honest trailers proof. They're like screen junkies. Like I
Yeah.
love that about
Yeah,
them. They're
yeah,
great.
they're great. Yeah, I don't even know. Like outside of they're doing shifting genres, I think we're probably going to see because we just heard this week that Captain America and Falcon were both filming in Edinburgh, which is the same place that we know that Scarlet Witch. I almost said Scarlet Vision.
Scarlet Vision.
Oh, you already shipping
Is-
it?
I'm
is
already
that-
shipping
That's
them.
their couple name.
That's their ship. Yeah.
Scarlet
Vision.
Scarbish.
Scarvish. But we know that they've been in
Vincent.
Edinburgh and that they've been seen kissing and stuff. So, like, I really honestly think that there's going to be a romance there. I think that Cap and Falcon are there. And I think that Corvus Glaive shows up and he's like, I want that on your
Give me
forehead.
that thing.
Give me that thing. And then
That's
the four of
so
them fight
designed.
them. But I think that it starts off kind of as a romance and it's in that. Then we go over here where it's a geopolitical thriller going on over here with like Black Panther and those guys. Then we go over here and it's a full on adventure. You know, like and it's going to
Spider-Man's
be
in high
told from
school.
all those
Young
perspectives.
hijinks.
And then in the middle of all that,
Right.
I think that we're going to see Thanos doing his thing.
being Thanos.
And then
Big
the big
Thanos.
Guardians Avengers meetup is going to be like, those are
Yep.
the two teams in comic movies are going to meet, and
Yeah.
like there's just going to be so much money on screen.
Yeah.
Like every frame is going
That's
to be
what I
like
keep thinking, too.
$200 million.
Yeah.
And Squirrel Girl's gonna roll in with tippy toe, just give a little
In a-
slap to Thanos, roll credit.
in a Volkswagen Bug convertible, like, hey guys.
And then the beginning of the third act cuts to a hallway, and we're all like, no. Every
Yeah.
Netflix character comes in, just can't even hang. guys.
27
Can't even
post-credit
hang.
scenes.
There's a hallway as long as the Fast 6 runway, and it's just like
wow.
an 8-mile runway hallway of just the Netflix guys fighting. Give me this movie!
Oh my god, I get that reference now that I've seen
Yes!
Fast 6.
Yay.
How many weeks can I make Fast relevant in Marvel, you guys?
Oh my
That's
God.
the test.
Oh my god. Those of you who don't know, because you don't have you're not in this text chat. I texted Coy, which is everyone except for Coy and me. I texted Coy the other day and was like, fine. Furious 7 is the greatest movie ever
It
made.
is
Fine,
cinema.
stop it, fine. I hate saying that, but
Was it
Well,
really,
I'm
was it
gonna
really
have
good?
to catch up on
It
It was-
is stupid good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My
I
favorite
felt
one.
like
Right.
I felt like an idiot for loving it as much as I did,
Yeah.
but I
Man.
loved it so much.
I stood and cheered not 4 but 5 times. I stood in the theater and just cheered with
Here,
zeal.
I will say this.
Awesome.
I will say this. In 2001, when The Fast and the Furious came out, if you had told 2001 little film school Matt that in 2017 he's going to cry
Yeah.
at Furious
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
he would have kicked you.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know the flashback on Facebook thing? At Fast 5, I wrote, if they call 8 Fate, I'm going to lose my mind. And it popped up the other day. It was like 6 years ago. I was like,
Bro, you want to know? You know what they're going to call 9? The Fine and the Furious.
oh,
Fine
Gal
and
Gadot
Furious.
comes back as Wonder Woman. Shared universe.
Shared
The
universe.
Bat and the Furious.
Oh my god.
All right, let's stop talking about
Cars is
this.
in there now.
Marvel movie news.
Yes,
Marvel movie news.
3 stories in.
It's a
like
live
that
show
fun.
today.
It's like
30
that
minutes
fun.
It's a
later.
light show.
We have a good
It's
time. We have a good time.
So yeah, we're gonna leave that particular quote behind.
Well, there's one more.
Yeah, on
the 35
Guardians.
day shooting quote is
Guardians.
pretty.
Yeah, all right, I'll go ahead and say
It's
it.
awesome.
All right.
Do it.
Peer pressure.
On Guardians meeting the Avengers, he was asked about that, and he said the off-screen, on-screen banter is not too dissimilar from one another. And then when he was asked if the two teams would be fighting each other, he said, "All things are possible."
Oh.
He
I was-
laughed. He laughed.
I was talking about the other quote. I'm going to read it real fast.
We're saving
Read
that
it.
for
Yeah.
We're
Jeez.
deep into shooting. We've been shooting for 35 days. On most movies, you're almost halfway there for 35 days, but on these movies, we're still just scratching the surface. We'll be filming through the end of the year. 35
Wow.
days is some complete indie movie schedule. Lock shot
Yeah.
in 14 days.
Yeah,
This
they're
movie-
barely scratching the
Oh
surface.
my god! What?
Yeah.
This means so much.
all
All
the
the
things.
rest of the year on a movie with all of our favorite characters and an unlimited budget.
For a bajillion.
They gave them a blank check and they're like, "You have the year." Like, what does that mean?
And they filled it out with $1 million.
They just put Downey Jr. on a bill and they're like, "Make money."
That's awesome,
No.
isn't it? They're not rushing it.
No.
They're
No,
not,
they're taking their
They
time.
can
Need
make
to.
10 genres.
It's going to
in
be
one
a
movie.
masterpiece.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
It will change the genre.
And the
We need
entire
to stop
thing is,
raising our expectations.
and the
Yeah.
entire thing is
We're
being
gonna
filmed
ruin
in
it.
They're too
IMAX.
high.
Which is even crazier.
Oh my god.
It's not some scenes, every scene.
I'm gonna spend
Every scene is
$100.
well.
Jesus is in the
As
movie.
IMAX. Oh, wow.
I'm gonna spend
Yeah,
$100
it's
just
all IMAX.
watching this movie. Like I'm gonna say it like 5
Yeah.
times, $20 a pop, and just be like, "This is worth everything."
Yeah, it's not. It's not a
Yeah.
question of
$100
of
budgets.
whether
Yeah.
they'll make the money back. Is how fast they'll make it back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what the new total's gonna be. Like with inflation, they're like Cleopatra, nah,
Oh my god.
Avengers.
This is gonna
So-
be that movie.
It
isn't
is.
It is.
Do you want to hear my prediction on it?
I've wanted nothing more for years.
My for years and years.
years.
9 in fact.
My guess is that it clears $2 billion internationally.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
Easy.
say
I
2.5,
could see that.
3.
Between the two films, you mean?
Oh, between the two films, I'd say 4.
Well,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
billion
Four
is for
between-
both of the films.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's gonna
Oh,
profit
gotcha.
3. I think it's gonna make 4 between the two, at least 2 each.
You realize
Yeah.
you just said it's gonna profit $3 billion?
I realized they're gonna buy America.
No, but
And
for
make
real.
it a
No,
blade.
here let me. So
Can
they're spinning.
we buy stock? Can we buy stock in this
I
movie?
can buy
Disney
not in the
stock.
movie. This
I
is-
want to buy stock just in this movie. Just this
So
movie.
here's how to break it down. They're spending $1 billion on the two, so that's $500 million a piece. You take 50% of that to guess at how much they're spending on prints, advertising, all that stuff, viral marketing. So the budget for each one of these is around $750 million. But typically, when you spend that much money, you get you get 100% of it back.
Right.
I think they'll
it's
clear
not
three.
it's not a hard
And
fast
that's
rule.
not merchandising.
No, that has nothing to do with
Nothing.
that.
That's just ticket sales.
straight worldwide box office. Now, every territory is different. Like I think it's China is you only get 25% of the take instead of 50%. Because so the way it breaks down is like AMC movie theaters gets 50% of ticket sales, and the studio gets the other 50%. But in China, they get 50% of it. The state gets 25%, and then American distributors get 25%. So it's a little different.
That's still a
But
that's
they're
still a considerable
between
chunk.
between Avengers: Infinity War and then the entitled fourth, they will make $3.5 to $4 billion.
Right.
You know what? Step it up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So buy stock in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
buy
even
stock
in
in-
Disney, not in Marvel.
Yeah, buy
Yeah.
stock in
Movie
AMC,
theater.
Cinemark.
Popcorn is where it's at, kids.
Kevin Feige also spoke about why the Marvel films don't overlap anymore. It's not really a question of them not overlapping anymore. It's kind of that they just happen to do that.
Yeah,
As,
it's just the
according
way
to
it
his
is.
quote. It's a very long quote, so I'm just kind of going to summarize it. Basically, what he says is they know what they want to do, and they aim for that. So, like, they know where they want their films to end up, so they draw their bow and they aim for it. But they take it one script at a time. So they go to the screenwriter and say, here's where we are hoping to be able to get, but you write the best story that you can, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
So they'll write draft after draft after draft,
I like
figure it
that,
out.
though.
And then once they set that in stone, they move on to the next script. And then they say, here's what's going on in this film that we're shooting right now. Here's where we're trying to go. Figure out what you can put in this. And they go back here. They go, oh, I like what you did with Civil War.
Wait.
I might steal that, put something about it in Thor Ragnarok, and then something in Thor Ragnarok helps set up something in Infinity War. And they basically, all the scripts and the production teams talk to each other to find out what the next steps are. So it's almost accidental when stuff kind of happens really,
But not really.
But not really. It's so it's not like it's got to have. It's
Well,
not a mandate so much as it's a try to figure out how to work with the clay. That
Here's our flow.
We have. Here's our flow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think it's interesting because it's almost like they're writing movies like they write comic books.
yeah, it's cool. I love it.
The obvious answer. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's interesting about the shows is the shows on different networks gives us such a different flavor. Like, because it
love
is
that.
more like comics, wherein you have like the children universe, you have like the more mature universe, like all these people, and we all know as fans that they all connect in a way, but the comics don't have to, the shows don't have to, the movies don't have to, and that's why I don't feel as bad that we might not see Daredevil and Spider-Man broing out because.
But they don't pull punches when it comes to referencing the movies.
No,
you know
not
what
at
I mean?
all.
That's what I love
They
about
talk
it.
about
They
the
don't
incident, they
don't
talk
tell them
about-
to sit back. You know, they're like, oh, you can make a reference.
Right, like as long as there's no scheduling conflicts, I think it can happen, but it doesn't have to happen.
So cool, man.
Now, what I will say on this, I think the Phase 4 future, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the show before we talk Guardians, but one of the things I think that they're setting up for Phase 4 is fewer team movies and almost exclusively team-up movies. So, like, we'll
Thor.
get Doctor Strange, but it'll be Doctor Strange and Thor. Or, like we're getting
I just want
Thor
everything
and
in
Hulk,
Thor.
Right?
That's all I want.
So the same way that we're getting Thor and Hulk, and Thor Ragnarok, I think that Phase 4 is going to be a lot of that, plus Guardians on all their cosmetics.
God,
But
that'd
yeah,
be such
and
a great
Guardians
like
is
buddy
separate.
cop movie.
Yeah, all the cosmic
buddy
stuff.
cop.
Yeah.
Just another.
Guardians separate, I like that. I love the idea of things just kind of like paneling off, like Spider-Man and like all that stuff. So that'll be interesting.
It's so cool.
So, all right, let's move on to X-Men Dark Phoenix. I don't know why I had to announce it that way.
That's how
It's
you
just the way
gotta
it
do
came
it,
out. So,
Well, that's the way it's written right here.
oh yeah, it says
Yeah.
sound like a wrestling announcer. Who wrote that? So there are 3 audition videos that came out.
What? I didn't
I think they've been taken down.
Yeah,
They've
I
been
think
taken down because I tried to
they on
watch them. I was
Vimeo
like,
then?
I need to get ready for this. But they put them up on Vimeo, and they sent them to the casting directors, but they didn't make them private. So
my
I
God.
think
That is like so basic.
it's so amateur. I know.
Do you guys remember when Star Wars did that? There were hundreds of Star Wars audition videos on YouTube.
Really?
You just typed in Star Wars audition because the sides went out like pretty open.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
But the first 5 were the Christopher Walken Han Solo. To be fair.
But like people don't realize online how many audition tapes you can find and what
That's
information you get on
funny. I
movies.
want to
Yeah.
go home and do that now.
yeah, I'm like, guys, can we do audition movie news? Can we,
Audition movie news.
Funny.
But apparently 3 of them came to the eyes, the sight.
The attention
The
of
attention.
They came into
Wow.
the eye area.
The vision,
Apparently,
the
I put like
fields.
weed in my coffee. I was just like, I can't think right now.
God.
I'm a professional.
The eyesight of.
3 came to the attention of MCU Exchange, I believe, is the site. Also, comicbook.com and Omega Underground. There's an Irish actor named Paul Mescal who was reading for a part named Sam.
Sam.
Sam in quotes. There's another actor named Ramian Newton, who is an Australian actor. He was in the Family and Dance Academy. He auditioned for a part of Shane. And then there's Alexa Swinton, who is auditioning for Marie.
Swinton?
Yeah, I don't
No relation.
I don't
no
think that
relation?
there's any tilde relation. No,
No.
sorry.
Oh my God, if
she's
she was
a
young-
she's a
if she was
Canadian
young
American.
Tilda, be like,
oh my God, baby Tilda.
Oh my
Baby
God.
Tilts.
Baby Tilds. She's Canadian American actress, and by the way, I think she's like 7. So like
Oh.
she's
Kiddo.
really really young.
ancient
But
one
she's
is
reading
so
for
ancient.
We'll get her now and raise her in the ways of Marvel.
20-picture deal.
So Ramian reading for Shane. I forgot to send in a picture of this gentleman. He looks a lot like Roberto da Costa to me. So my first thought was, is he playing Sunspot? And is he going to appear in New Mutants and then in this movie? So
Yeah.
like maybe like what if these aren't Dark Phoenix auditions? Maybe these are New Mutants auditions. Because by the
down.
way,
Oh,
New Mutants
interesting.
comes out
Before everything.
way before everything.
So
Like
it
they should
would
be
make
filming
sense to
now.
have it now.
Marie Rogue in New Mutants? Because that name makes me only think Rogue.
I don't know, but if they have a 7-year-old, that's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, the character needs to start, like, at some point, and if it makes sense to bring her into Dark Phoenix. I mean, did you know how that things work?
Oh, they start with at points.
People
at
have
the
to be
beginning?
born
No,
first.
but if they try to tie into Bryan Singer's continuity, then in the 90s, she would have been, like, 7. Sure. Because she was, like,
Yeah.
16 in 2000.
I think I am A-okay if they want to just, move on from all
Oh,
of that.
that's what I
I'm-
want. I
I'm
just don't think
A-okay.
they will.
What if they do
Yeah.
one
Bryan
more
Singer's directing
rewipe?
the pilot for this thing. Bryan Singer's still directing the pilot. Like, his hands are Michael Bay'd into this thing.
This isn't TV. This is. Oh, that's Ramian.
That's Harry Styles. dude.
Ramian. Is that Harry
No,
Styles?
it's not. I'm like, wait, what? Close enough.
By the way, it's going to be really funny when these are just named extras. Like, they're
Yeah.
not even being named.
Yeah,
He
we're
was
like
auditioning
making-
for the hot dog guy.
Exactly.
All
The
speculation.
janitorial staff or something like that. You guys are like making a whole show about it. I hope they're watching too. I hope this guy's watching.
Yeah,
He's like-
Rami is a giant fan. Giant fan.
He's a big fan of the show. That's what
definitely
made him
watching
audition.
right now.
Yeah, you encouraged him.
Yeah, I encouraged him.
Yeah, I love that you already gave him a nickname.
Rami.
What?
Rami.
Roms?
Rami.
Rom.
Romster.
Romst.
We already have like 30 nicknames for this guy who's playing like
Someone.
He's sitting at
child
home.
number 2.
He's sitting at home going, just wait and see, you guys.
I'm playing the role of Bryan Singer in the movie.
Oh, God, if they went meta, no.
But
Roberto
yeah.
DaCosta is huge in the comics right now because he's leading a team.
Well, he's leading AIM, the
Yeah.
like Uncanny Avengers or whatever.
So what's his
And then Paul Mescal being Irish. My first thought, of course, was, are they bringing back Banshee somehow, like in a weird new timeline, which is
Isn't
even more
DaCosta
confusing?
Brazilian now?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where this guy's from, but like I saw some other pictures of
Okay.
him where I was like, oh, he
Could be
he
that
looks
thing.
like
Yeah,
he's
he
from
looked
South
Brazilian.
America.
Yeah.
He looked that way to me, yeah, but that picture didn't. So now I'm confused.
had dyed his hair
Now I
brown.
have no idea who this guy is. Anyway, let's move on. X-Men New Mutants working title has been revealed as Growing Pains. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just
But it's super cute and it
it
fits.
is
It's a
super
slice
cute.
of life movie.
And if you see that title anywhere in your hometown, let us know.
Yeah. Go look it up. Oh, there's the New Mutants. Look at that.
there
We
they
got
are.
Magic, Wolfsbane, Thunderbird, or Warpath, Cannonball, Sunspot, and Warlock. There
If
we
we
go.
get
There
Warlock,
they are.
man,
We're not gonna.
That is a great picture.
That's a great picture of Warlock,
Warlock's so
but we're
expensive.
not. We're not going to see
Yeah.
Warlock
But
in
can you
this movie.
imagine?
We're not going to see him in this movie. He'll come in the sequel or
He'll
an
be
X-Force.
introduced. He'll be teased.
Yeah. He might be teased. Maybe we'll see like an end credits thing with
Yeah.
him, like coming to Earth with.
I
the
want to hear what
phalanx
that
behind
voice
him.
sounds like because they always wrote in a different font. I want to hear how they do that. Like that'd be
Dude,
so much
that's
fun.
true.
The things to remember about the ¡90s: pouches,
And-
font use.
And
I
Cypher.
hope it's
We're
a
gonna
very
get
strong,
Cypher.
Oh my
a very
God.
strong falsetto. Hey guys, I am Lorna.
He's an elf to you. I love that.
And it's very obviously manipulated. It's like not even.
It's like
It's like
auto-tuned.
auto-tuned, yeah.
Auto-tuned.
He sounds like a mid-2000s boy band.
Yeah, why is he Justin Bieber? What happened to World?
We're trying to appeal to a generation.
Yeah.
Take my strong hand.
I like we became Mr. Hanky now.
What's he doing with the X-Men? It sounds like he's got some nefariousness. I don't think I trust Warlock anymore.
I love the idea that they just like completely rip off Groot, and he's just like, I am Warlock.
Does he say anything else?
Sounds like he offers kids Huffies in the back of vans. I don't think I trust this guy.
Can I just say this is why we don't make the movies?
Give them control.
Brian Singer.
Oh, mercy. All right.
It explains the leather, man.
Growing pains. Growing pains.
Growing pains.
Isn't that with Fred Savage?
Oh, growing pains.
Yeah.
But
I to read the YouTube comments from this episode.
but I will say Growing Pains does kind of speak to like where we might find the New Mutants like at the beginning of this movie. Like I think like whereas like in X-Men films like they've kind of known they've had their powers and are like marginally in control of them. I think this is going to be we have no clue. We're just decimating everything around us.
Yeah.
And they're going to learn how to control their powers as well as be a team.
Yeah, just reboot Generation X, man.
Dude, I swear, I think the X-Men...
Chamber. Husk.
Mondo.
Emma Frost as the teeth. Like, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Jubilee.
Yeah,
I
have
would
her
want-
be an
I would-
actual strong character
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
Emma Frost is
Again,
amazing.
my
and they just,
favorite.
With nuance and layers.
oh, wow.
She's not always in time and form because of her acting. What?
Yeah, maybe actually make her into like a fully fledged, character
And
that
that
you can be
team-
terrified of.
Is truly diverse and not like shoehorning it in. Like, wouldn't it be
Yeah.
fun if they didn't have to like change everything to try to make things work? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be that cast and that time like is now like we need it.
Yeah.
Like Generation
Yeah.
X is necessary.
They were
and we're
just too
like,
ahead.
And let's
Yeah.
have her and Jubilee together. Let's do it.
Yeah, just lean into
Down.
it.
Yeah.
And can we please just watch the X-Men go to the mall and have
That's
Frosties?
what I
Like,
want.
that's
Can
all
we
I
not delete
want.
the only scenes we wanted from the pre-production
Literally.
photos?
Can I just see X-Men meets Archie? Like, I just want to see that.
Look.
Look, now, look, bro.
Leo's getting real.
Stop for a moment. The only reason I was, like I said, I was all about that Fleer Ultra X-Men collection.
Yeah, dude.
And
We need to talk.
That was my, I still have them. And that was my intro to characters outside of the immediate X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing like Gen X and going, oh, wow, they're
who are
like
these guys?
They're like me.
That's always good. It's always good when you find yourself in a comic.
Well, that's always
Yeah.
been my promise. Like, there's never been
Doctor
like
Strange.
I feel like a main like Latino character who's sort of like doesn't know what world he belongs to. Is he white? Because he white pass. Like I've never felt like that character's ever existed. So like I appreciate whenever there's any diversity in.
And
Yeah.
Generation X
Yeah.
is that as a focal point, and the X-Men are that as a focal point. But instead, like we haven't done that.
Well, like, now we got to go
Yeah.
another.
For some reason, X-Men are like, hey, the people that are oppressed and need to be
we
noticed.
represent you. Yeah, but not enough.
But no,
We
but
need to-
instead we
But
make an
not that
action
much.
movie and not
We
talk
represent
about
you,
it.
but not that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't relate to someone who can pop claws out of their hand. That's not a daily occurrence for me.
Yeah.
I get your struggle. Don't
Is
get
it
me
a
wrong.
weekly occurrence? Just like,
we do have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. minute, though.
We do.
That did get sent. If
Yeah.
Hydra Steve has that.
Hydra Steve, do you want to give us the S.H.I.E.L.D. minute and a half?
Yeah, let me know.
It's a minute and a half. I'm counting.
Hey guys, the voice of Doom is back for another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. minute.
is he
But
writing?
first, I want to talk to you guys because I'm kind of mad. I've been trapped in the framework. I've been in the framework for 2 weeks. That's why you haven't heard from me. And no one reached out. Not one of you guys found me on Twitter or anything like that to figure out
You
where
did
I'd been.
not, Zach. You
I've been
did
trapped.
not.
I've been trapped, you guys. All right. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We lost the Patriot. It's a devastating blow. But Daisy's got her powers back thanks to May seemingly starting to come around. And maybe the framework's bleeding through. Dealt a devastating blow to Hydra. Almost killed Madam Hydra. We now know that Ada's plan is to create a flesh body. It's very cool stuff. I'm excited to see where it leads. How this is all going to wrap up. We've only got a few episodes left. The big news this week. Spoiler warning for the finale. It looks like Ghost Rider is officially coming back. I guess it will take the fires of hell to put a stop to Ada and her army of LMDs. So join us tonight on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show over on AfterBuzz TV. We're going to be talking about it at 11 p.m. tonight. Keep up with me. Some of your, what you want to talk about with S.H.I.E.L.D., what you think I missed while I was trapped, you guys. Find me at that Zach Wilson, and I gotta go.
You know what? I wanna call him out.
No, you didn't, Zach.
I want to call him out. He said he's been trapped for 2
I'm gonna come for you,
weeks.
Zach. I'm gonna come for you.
2 weeks ago, he was on Disney Movie News. So don't say nobody reached out. You didn't know I was going to be on this episode, son.
We're messing with his kayfabe. We're messing with his kayfabe right now.
It's funny.
Outed.
Man.
I really like he made a storyline out of that experience. I really like that he went there.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
like, let me make this
Yeah,
work.
I love that it's on us that we didn't come for him.
Yeah, I gave him grief last week when I was doing my Wednesday Club show over at Geek and Sundry. I was like, hey man, the fans miss it like they've been asking for it. We'd really love to see it. And he's like, yeah, sorry, it got busy. And he's like, hey, next week I think I'm gonna run because I'm stuck in the framework. And I was like, bro, you do you.
Oh my God.
There is a comment.
You do what you gotta
There's
do.
a comment in the chat that says, "There's no way that bit was gonna last."
Hey, everyone wants Doom back, and I'm glad Doom made it canon. He made a story.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He did.
Yeah.
Well done, Zach.
We all love our Doom. You know what else we love?
What do you love?
What else?
Blue Apron.
We do.
Ooh, we love food.
We love food. We
Food
love
is
good
good.
food.
Genuinely.
We
I'm
love.
still waiting for the
Yes.
cooking episode. I really want that. I really want us
I
all to
know,
talk Marvel
right?
over the kitchen. I got Marvel aprons. I got a Deadpool onesie.
So do
We-
I.
do you have
Yeah,
the-
I have a great kitchen.
Do you have the
have a,
faulty? Oh, go.
I have a Infinity Gauntlet.
The faulty Infinity
Yes.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna call
No,
it.
not the faulty. I actually made one.
Oh,
She
you
made
did?
Yeah.
she made
Even
an
better.
Infinity
But
Gauntlet.
Probably
oven.
smart.
But it's really dumb because they put like metal gems on it,
Oh my God.
safe things to put into an oven. So mine's even more faulty.
Yes.
So that absorbs the heat.
It's so bad.
I
It
will
was
bring
so
my
stupid.
Deadpool teapot and Deadpool ice cube tray maker, and we will
Oh,
do this
let's
thing.
do it.
Oh,
Let's do it.
nice. I love this.
Yeah,
We could
let's
do
have a
that
cooking
and
episode.
do a watch along.
If you're watching
Do
Blue
that.
Apron,
Yeah, you see what we do for you.
Wink,
Blue
wink,
Apron?
nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about Blue Apron. It is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone, and they achieve this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. So. One of the things that you may not know about them is that Blue Apron can be delivered to 99% of the continental U.S. and 99.5% of food deserts. So all those like inner city places where it's hard to get like fresh produce and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got
Blue
you.
Apron.
They got you.
Blue
bring it.
Apron, they got you. Cooking together builds strong family bonds. Research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often together. And those who spend a lot at restaurants or on high-end grocery chains can now spend under $10 per person for a delicious meal. So, their featured upcoming meals are beef teriyaki stir fry with sugar snap peas and lime rice.
I love sugar snap peas.
This
Those
is
are good.
this, by the way, is like the worst part of talking about this because it makes me so hungry.
all hungry when we do this
Like
show.
we're all hungry
I
when we do this
know.
show,
I'm
and
like,
then I
we're
read like
We're always
let-
so busy on Tuesdays.
yeah, and I'm like,
What's
let me
coming
tell
up
you
next?
all this
What's
Tell me
coming next?
more.
tremendously delicious food.
What's
What's
Well,
another
Brittany,
one?
I'm glad you asked. Baked spinach and egg
Ooh,
flatbread
ooh,
with
girl.
sautéed
Yeah.
asparagus and lemon
Girl.
aioli.
Yeah,
Keep
girl.
going, keep
Oh,
going.
I love spinach.
3 cheese and baby broccoli stromboli with tomato and oregano dipping sauce.
That's my favorite.
You had me at oregano.
Oh, yeah. I'm
And
already
finally,
Holy.
crispy salmon and roast potato salad with pickled mustard seeds and creme fraiche.
God, you don't.
Okay.
You
do
have
not
your salmon.
play.
I have a one-woman
Don't
war
play.
against salmon. So
Wait,
I have a
Wait.
one-woman war against salmon.
All salmon,
What?
fresh, farm.
Are you a
salmon.
grizzly bear?
I prefer ocean caught fresh, no dye added.
So that's still salmon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I will
But maybe-
destroy them all.
I see.
But
Well, you-
my guess is that Blue Apron has that salmon.
They probably do.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah,
Yes,
'cause
that's another reason why I like them.
Oh, there you go.
Because they do. It's wild.
I have
caught.
a war on all salmon
Except
for
Blue
Blue
Aprons.
Aprons because they do it right.
No, as in I eat it all.
Yeah, that's her war.
One woman
Yeah.
war.
She's a grizzly bear.
She's a grizzly
Yes.
bear. That's what happened.
I like them in poke bowls.
Oh, they are good.
Oh man, they are good.
They are so good.
So you can choose a variety of new recipes each week, or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you. They're not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored. Each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card and pre-portioned ingredients, and can be prepared in 40 minutes or less, which is the biggest selling point to me.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah, you
honest,
can eat in
And
an
I
hour.
tried to fight it too, because my girlfriend ordered Blue Apron once for us, way before like they were ever sponsored the show or anything like that. And she brought him like, I don't want to do that. It's gonna take forever. It's still cooking. She's like, no, look, you literally just do that. I'm like, well, I don't have the thing to make it. It's like, no, actually, you just use the thing that it came. I'm like, God damn it, okay, I'll eat it.
It's all like portioned. It's
Yeah.
like as easy as making ramen. You just like put stuff
Yeah,
in the thing.
they're really crippling my laziness here.
Thanks, guys.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free. 3 meals. with free shipping, by the way, by going to blueapron.com/Marvel.
Ooh.
That will give you the first 3 meals for free and free shipping. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. Blueapron.com/Marvel. Blue Apron. A better way to cook.
You got the
Yeah.
/Marvel site.
You literally
Bro, yeah.
lose nothing by doing this. You
Yeah.
get 3
Yeah.
free meals
Yeah.
and free shipping, and if you don't want them, cook for the homeless people.
Yeah,
in your
you-
neighborhood.
Yeah,
gain-
and then like take pictures of your salmon and send it to me.
I need to be sure.
Seriously, people need to eat. Buy it, cook it, share it,
Yeah.
spread the love. It's
Buy
free.
it, cook it, share it, cook it, eat it, Blue Apron. That's my,
Way to go. We got
Is that on
Brittany
iTunes
over
yet?
there.
Is that on
Yeah, we got-
Spotify?
Yeah,
Where can I get that?
Is it SoundCloud?
Aren't you glad you
SoundCloud?
just have me
Yeah,
here today?
Can
you
Really
airdrop
adding
that to
the
me?
conversation.
Can I Shazam that? I don't know who actually sings that. Is that Daft
It's
Brittany?
Brittany. It's
Is
Brittany.
that my wife?
Get
Yeah,
that SoundCloud
Brittany,
out.
Like it already has a remix.
And now you know why I married her. All right. We're going to talk very, very briefly about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Then we're going to give our light spoiler reactions and thoughts to Guardians of the Galaxy, at which point Coy is going to leave,
Get out.
and Brittany's going to sit at the desk. But first, I wanted to say Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to expand its cosmic universe moving forward. Feige, again, talking to Fandango, said, I think it's a little too early to know what the future is going to look like. I think things are going to look very different at that point, but I think the early discussions we've had with James Gunn about Volume 3 and beyond with what we call the cosmic universe and the Guardian characters is very exciting, which is why he signed up, and we announced that even before Guardians Volume 2 came out. So it sounds like everything in Phase 4 is... maybe not everything, but like 60-70% by my estimation is going to be some level of the cosmic, and I think it has to be
It has
after
to
you
be.
introduce
Yeah.
Thanos, after you introduce like that whole Infinity Gauntlet aspect of
Yeah.
it. Like I think we lose because contracts are coming up anyway, so I think we start losing
I like
Captain
how that played a
America.
factor. It's like, look, the stories and Thanos' involvement, and also Chris Pratt's contract.
Legal
and-
rights.
Right.
Speaking of Chris Pratt, he said he'd play Star Wars.
I would too.
I'd have him
Star-Lord
in
for
Star
another.
Chris
Wars.
Pratt also does play Star Wars forever.
Yeah. He said he'd play it for another 20 years. He's like, I'll play Star-Lord for another...
Dude, I
Star
get it.
Wars.
I
Star
get
It's
it.
the
Wars.
marijuana.
Also
on this.
Disney, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
But
like
he
that
said
it's like
he
a
would...
liquid marijuana.
Yeah, I'm just
So
kidding, by the way. It's not. I'm making fun of
Straight
myself.
CBD oil.
Yes.
Chugging it.
It's like this is how we roll.
Yeah.
Brittany's
No, thank
driving
you.
home.
Yeah, I'll
No,
drive.
thank you. No,
Matt Key confirms.
By the way, I'm just kidding. That's not what's in.
He's
It's
trying to
just
summon the
got
Crimson
weed.
Bands of Sidorak through
Weed
his
drink.
mug.
I would
Gummy
never
berry
do that.
juice.
I would summon the winds of Watum. Thank you very much.
That's what they call it in South America. I'm not going to let you steer away from
I just had to eat some non-apron food to summon the winds of Fatum, man.
Oh my God! Get out, both of you. Thanks for coming on the show. Never come back.
Sometimes it happens when I eat salmon.
No wonder I haven't been on the show before.
I think that a lot of the stuff is going to be cosmic. Because just the production problem of contracts are being up. They can't afford
Right.
the actors. The actors want to move on to other things, and they
Right.
can't. We know Chris Evans wants to direct. We know he wants to act in other things. He's trying to branch out, but having a hard time because he's under contract for a year on
Captain
Infinity
America,
War.
he's the
Yeah.
poster boy.
He's the poster boy. So we know that those guys want to move on, whether they die in either of these two movies or get transformed to something
You
else.
think it'll be
or
comic book
retire.
die?
I don't know.
know.
I think
I
don't-
hope not. I would
hope
love
not.
to see a Marvel movie actually keep to its stakes instead of
And
creating
kill somebody.
Yeah.
an entire ABC show around them.
Yeah.
As much as I
You're
enjoy
dead.
it,
Congratulations on your. Yeah.
as much as I enjoy it, and as much
Yeah.
as I love Clark Gregg, I still would prefer for stakes to
Yeah.
actually
Matter.
remain
I
stakes.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they are for some people.
They are.
Not for
They are.
everyone.
Yeah,
And that's-
I mean, you throw a little Buffy in there where they will,
Yeah.
or
Once in a
Whedon
while.
will definitely kill some
Yeah.
of your favorite
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
I was going to say too, just based on Marvel video games in the past, the natural progression is always to go more and more cosmic because it's the only way to expand the storylines
Yeah.
and bring characters together.
Right.
Like you think of like Ultimate Alliance, like they got.
Oh, yeah.
right, exactly. I
Yeah.
think that's the best Marvel video game in my opinion, next to the Marvel vs. Capcom
God, I
franchise,
wanna go back and
which
play that
also went
again.
more and more cosmic.
Yeah.
because as soon as they hit Marvel superheroes, Infinity Gems. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's escalation. Like, you can't go back to
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 where you have, like, a man building a suit and another man
Let's
building
start
a
over.
suit. It's like, well,
Do you
you
think-
got Thor.
But
Like,
do you think they'll reboot?
I think they're gonna soft reboot by way of introducing new characters. I think they'll there will still be the chronology we've lived with, but they're gonna have to bring things back to new people. Like there's just no way.
And just zone in on their storyline.
Like
so it doesn't
Spider-Man's
feel...
in high school. Like that's what you do. You bring Infinity and then you bring it down. You bring Infinity, bring it down. So that you go forward by keeping the escalation, but you also have options. That's why Marvel's existed without the bubble bursting, is because every movie's a different genre. What you do now is you have like the duality of tone. Like you introduce like the characters that can live small and characters that can live big, but you don't have to have those like conflicts.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Like Netflix can exist in the same universe, and that is a completely different scale. So like if we do that with the movies going forward, like they're saying after Phase 4, then we can do this forever.
But how do you really feel though?
Do you want that?
Forever. And this has been a pretty heavy Feige episode, hasn't it?
It has been.
We
It
had a
has
lot
been.
of K-Feig dog. Hang with K-Feig.
K-Figs?
Yeah,
K-Feig.
I hate it when he married
It's just
Britney
a-
Spears though.
He lost it early. He just gained all that weight and then just stopped
That
dancing.
denim tuxedo.
Oh,
right.
stop.
Wow, forgot about that.
We've also got a quote from James Gunn saying, I will be helping to plant the seeds that will lead to the next decade.
Jeez.
20 years.
Forever.
20 years.
That's
like
wild.
I said, this is the like a child that was born today when Iron Man came out is now 9. They are 9 years old.
And they're
Yeah,
never
and-
going to know a world without those movies.
Yeah.
happening.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will rewrite their reality.
I won't
This
be
is
able-
all that
I
they'll
won't be able to
know.
describe it. I won't be able to describe
No.
to my kids like when I had to hunt down a Spider-Man shirt.
And
Yeah.
thinking like, wow, these would make cool movies.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
remember Wizard? Like we
Oh
had-
my God, yes.
Like,
Oh,
like
wow.
flipping open, being like, "Oh, look who I would cast theoretically."
Yeah.
Like now it's like, what if we get Helen Mirren?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just like
Imagine that they'll live in a world where comic books don't go out of print.
that's
Like
the dream.
that's
Yeah.
they
I
can
hope that's-
always find it.
I hope we get there soon. I'm worried about print comics, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really think that like this is going to be a time that's hard to explain for anyone born like after now. It's
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a change in cinema.
I feel and when people talk negatively, like, "Oh, it's going the way of the West," I'm just like, I'm just glad we got it,
Yeah.
because and that
Yeah.
it worked, because it's something that I've always wanted. You
Yeah.
You
know?
can pop in one of these movies and then pop in another 12 of them and
If
have yourself a
you
time.
feel like it.
Like, and that's never going away. We'll have that
Yeah.
forever. We
Yeah.
did it. We
Hey man,
did
you
it.
don't want to watch these movies? That's cool. Want to watch some shows?
Yes, in fact, I would.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's so
it's
cool.
it's
And
it's
they're
a
not
ridiculous.
animated.
Yeah, and they're not animated. Like I can remember being a kid and thinking, boy, it sure would be really cool if I ever got to see Cable. And now we've got Brad Pitt going, hey, you know who I think is really cool?
Right.
I want to
Yeah.
play Cable. Oh, scheduling didn't work out. Too
Sorry.
bad.
Yeah.
We'll just have to get this other grade A actor to play him.
Oh,
Like, we literally, I
Cable!
remember watching the
Cable!
Spider-Man animated series and just daydreaming about who could play him. And there was like this one, like Tobey Maguire. I mean, for Tobey Maguire, there was a Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah.
Oh my god.
The one we did, James
Yeah.
Cameron thing that almost
Yeah.
happened. And then, like, that's real now.
yeah.
That's real. Fun fact:
insane.
Man.
Spider-Man, my favorite Marvel character, in the '90s cartoon, was voiced by the same actor as Prince Eric. So I just like owning that one.
Yeah, you got a little bit.
I like that one.
Disney
That's my
news?
Disney crossover right there.
Yeah.
It's
Did
not
very
know
relevant.
that.
That's why you're here. You waited this whole time.
Speaking of which,
This is my moment.
Marvel's Netflix Defenders, they did another little
Oh, yeah.
teaser trailer today.
They did a little teaser where like you saw the weird coffin-y urn-looking sort of thing that Electro was put in, and they were like locking it down, and they put some. They're locking it down, and they were putting like some liquid in it, and then you saw like the lid just barely move, just.
And it looked like
yeah.
mist was getting sucked into the.
Yeah.
It's like the Jumanji.
Yeah,
Electra's
and
coming.
the comment that they put on it was, "Oh, comma great." #defend, and I took it as, "Oh, great, Elektra," as if like, "Oh no, not her. We don't want her back. Oh, great, we got to fight her." Like that's how it.
That's
took
how
it
yeah.
like,
that's
how you
sarcastic.
read it.
That's how I read it.
That's,
Yeah.
Was that
yeah,
right?
that was the inflection.
Yeah. I
Did
think
do
it was like, oh, great.
It's like, oh, great.
this is gonna suck.
Oh,
No, I
No,
don't mean
no.
the show.
Oh, okay.
No, but
Oh,
like
I
she's formidable, and
What they're
the
having
whole
to
Black
do.
Sky
Sure.
thing,
Like,
and what
oh,
that's going
Yeah.
to mean
We're
for
doomed.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I?
I don't think
no?
we're any.
Yeah.
It's diluted at this point. All of it. It's
Too many
like-
cooks
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So-
We've lost every listener. So
Going on to Guardians?
Are we
I just want to read this one more thing.
okay?
James Gunn says Sylvester Stallone will play a big role in the MCU's future. My plan is to see more of him. I'm not sure about him appearing in Volume 3. We'll have to see about that, but it's clear it's our plan to see more of Stallone. We cannot get into why, because that is spoiler territory. But
That is a real sentence that you just read.
yeah.
Your
Yeah.
guess about Stallone, which I don't know, I haven't seen the movie. I thought it was interesting that Guardians released a comic 2 weeks ago called Guardians of the Galaxy Something Dream, and it was a comic, and at the end of the comic was the complete Guardians 3017 team featuring Starhawk, one of his very
Whoa.
first things, and introducing that whole team, and I was like, my oh my, comics maybe reflecting the movie that I haven't seen yet, and on that note, I'll let you guys talk about it.
Do we want to
That
do
was
the
a classy
Marvelites?
Do we want to
move.
do Mary Marvellites? Wait, Coy.
Coy,
Do you want to
stick
do
around for the
Mary
Marvelites, and then we'll do the
Marvellites
Guardians.
first, and then we'll
Marvelites
do-
first?
Oh,
Marvelites
you
first.
ruined his exit.
I know, but it was so
I
backed out of frame.
He's like, oh, are we back?
All right, let's do some Marvelite love.
Marvelite.
What's Marvelite?
So our Merry Marvellites shout outs. Matthew Picknid at Matthew_Picknid. Robin Beer at Beer_Robin. Carlito Lee at Television.
Nice. Nice.
D Styles 510 at D Styles 510. JJ Lang at JJ Lang tweeted. Gabe Lopez at Gabe_109. I09.
I09?
I09. Oh, of course, I09.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Nathan Ramirez at Ramirez Nathan 77. Greeny at James Greeny. And yeah. And a shout out. This is to Coy. I'm 19 today and was wondering if I could have a birthday shout out next week. I've been watching since episode 2.
Wow.
That's James Greeny.
27 episodes, James Greeny.
Whoa.
Thank you
Happy birthday.
so much. That's incredible.
It's,
Yeah.
I just want to point out that
That's James
the first
Greeny.
birthday
James Greeny?
didn't care.
No.
This birthday-
This birthday, yeah. We've been watching at least 2 birthdays. We've
Yeah.
earned his
Do you-
shout out.
fine.
Do you,
We've
do you
earned
want to? Should I sing Happy Birthday, or do you want to give a sexy
Well,
Happy
He's
Birthday?
19. I know. I'm uncomfortable
yeah,
with
you
that.
don't
that's
know.
fair, that's
You don't
fair,
know
that's
who he
fair,
is,
that's
you
fair,
don't know
He didn't
that's
ask
fair,
for a
that's
sexy
fair.
Yeah, why
I
would
didn't ask
you?
for it, and 19-year-olds don't get my
sing
section.
James Greeny Happy
Why was
Birthday.
that your other choice? Like, why was this so like, oh, he's a 19-year-old. Let's do a sexy one.
I wasn't thinking that. I just know that some people like sexy shout outs from Coy.
They ask for sexy
Guilty.
shout
They
outs.
ask for sexy
Guilty.
shout outs.
I
James,
do
if you
like
want a
them.
sexy shout out, let us know.
Next week we'll actually let's give it 3 years.
I could just see that tweet coming out. I've been listening to 312 episodes. It's about time I got my sexy shout out.
But Madison.
Happy birthday, James Greeny.
Happy 19. Okay,
There.
this is
That was a good Warlock voice. Well done.
Warlock.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And this is from Tim Chapman. Oh, this is very nice. Just hoping you could pass along a message of gratitude to Matt, Quay, and Marquia for always putting on a very entertaining and informative show each week. The energy, background knowledge, and overall presence they bring to the show is unparalleled, and I just wanted to say thank you. Also, this Tuesday is my 27th birthday and was wondering if you could pass on a birthday shout-out request to them. I know it's something they do on the show, and I think it would be a pretty neat start to my birthday. Thanks again.
Make
that
it
one
sexy.
sexy.
Make it
Yeah, make that
sexy.
one
Make a sexy
Do
one
it,
to
Coy.
Tim
Do it, Coy.
Chapman.
Tim Chapman,
This is
sexy
for
shout
you,
out
Tim.
Let's
from
bring him
Coy
up.
for
Let's
such
bring
a
it down.
sweet, sweet email.
Tim,
Oh, yeah.
we've been internet friends a long time.
Don't giggle, you ruin the mood.
Uh-oh.
Man, I love your Twitter and I love your comments, and when I'm real lonely, I read them.
Oh,
keep me-
Tim.
Warmer than you'd like to know. Happy birthday, Tim Chapman.
Tim Chapman.
Happy birthday.
Well done.
Wow.
Guys.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
I felt the steam over here, Coy.
Can I just come back for the end of the show every week? Is that cool?
Welcome back anytime, Leo. You got some questions there?
Yes, questions from Bark at birds_what are they? Hey guys, what kind of style
Birds,
should
what
what
are
are they? That's
Birds.
a nice term.
What are they?
Birds. What are
That's a
they?
very Jaden Smith thing to say.
What are they?
Hey guys, what kind of style should New Warriors be in? I know comedy, but like Parks and Rec comedy or something else?
Oh,
New Warriors.
that's a really
Ooh.
good question. I know that part of the show is Night Thrasher has his own YouTube channel. Did you not know that? Yeah, he's got his own YouTube channel
Yeah,
on
he's
the
a
show.
YouTuber.
He's a local internet celebrity in New York.
I can relate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 'cause- yeah, you are Night Thrasher.
Yeah, that's me.
You're low rent Batman, bruh.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for reals.
I wouldn't mind like a community like
So
one.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Community
fun.
could work that style
Community
for
would
New
work.
Warriors. Yeah. Well,
Like-
Parks and Rec.
Wacky, like
I
filled
think
with
The
like
Good
pop
Place.
culture
Have
references.
you guys ever seen
Yeah.
The Good Place?
Oh, yeah.
That would be good too, I
haven't.
think.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Self-aware, but in denial type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Supernatural.
them being able to also like film little interstitials that they could then put online.
Oh,
I
like
that.
it goes to like the one cams where
Yes.
like they're talking
Yeah.
to the,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
office.
like the
Yeah.
confessional kind
Yeah,
of stuff. Yeah.
confessional,
yeah,
yeah.
I could see that too.
That's interesting.
So yeah, that's what I would say. Birds, what are they?
What are they?
What
Good
are
question.
they?
Favorites.
That's the best question of all. What are birds?
That was great. Jonathan Peck at JPack1098. If Simon Kinberg doesn't direct it, who would you like to see direct Dark Phoenix? My choices are Theodora Melfi and Jennifer Kent.
Oh, I am unfamiliar
Matt
with.
Vaughn or Guy Ritchie?
Well, you
Oh,
already-
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie would
He's
be good.
doing Aladdin, right?
Yes, and he
Oh.
did First Class, which is the one true movie that felt like an X-Men comic.
He would be good. I would also love to see who's it? The Duffer Brothers who did Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
crap! What a great
Right.
idea, actually. The young cast and
Yeah.
I feel it had. I mean, yes, it has like gravity to it, but it
I
has
guess
a
it-
lightness to it.
I
as
guess
well.
it depends on the tone, but do you guys remember, oh God, what's his name? Dan Trachtenberg? He did 10 Cloverfield Lane.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know, it just depends on the tone that they want
Yeah.
to go
Can
for
you
with it.
imagine?
That's a very uneasy.
This
Yeah.
is like them bringing in Daniel Day-Lewis to the Marvel Universe, but can you imagine Steven Spielberg doing a young team of...
Oh my God! Don't. Play
Can you
with me.
imagine?
Don't.
Wow.
Imagine like Spielberg Prime in the 80s, what all of our 80s love is based off of, that love of team that
What if-
Goonies
what if
feel,
they looked 80s
Steven
too?
Spielberg doing a 90s X-Men movie.
Was
And
it?
then the
Wow.
mansion is just like there's like random cereal boxes and mugs just lying around because every house in the 80s was
Has
just
tons
cluttery.
of just stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Zemeckis who did Goonies?
I thought maybe...
Because I know
I don't
Spielberg
remember.
produced it.
Yeah, I was thinking of his producing
Hydra
era.
Steve, do you know?
It was his producing era that just spawned our whole childhood. But can you imagine him directing? Like,
Well, no, but I also think Zemeckis could.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Zemeckis
could
can
be,
do no
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
that answers that. Let's
Yeah,
we got
questions?
Guardians to
Okay,
start
cool.
about.
We got comments and picks. So Nathan Moser at Marcus Starshine. Just okay. At Murky McCarty is crushing it right now. I request a Marvel News app of Screen Junkies movie fights for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was on movie fights last Thursday.
I still have not done movie fights.
Yeah,
I've won TV
Coy
fights twice.
is like
Oh.
captain, champion, conqueror of movie fights. So the three of us going at it at movie fights, I would so be down.
I would
I would be
lose.
down because I know
To
I know
make a
your
point.
weaknesses.
we movie
so-
gamed hard. We did it.
Yeah.
Me and Matt movie gamed. We conquered.
Yeah, we did. We did. That was behind the paywall.
But now
right?
that we're on
Yeah.
opposite sides.
No, you would win. That's fine. I accept that.
Oh, Dick
at-
Donner did the Goonies. Sorry, Dick Donner. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon Zone.
There you
Dick
go.
Donner. My
Oh.
God.
my God, yeah.
Thank
I
you,
thought,
Gamer.
wow.
I thought Zemeckis didn't
God.
sound right.
Richard Donner. I'm so sorry. Love you.
If you're watching,
Which we know you are.
We
so-
love you.
obviously,
you.
it's part of your
Yeah.
commute.
At Geo_was_here. Finished. So what do I have to do to get invited and get this to you in person? So his
Oh,
Geo
so
did
cool.
this sketch of
pretty.
us.
I've never been more
Dude.
jealous.
It's the three of us as hosts. In fact, I think he was part of the impetus behind us being like, hey, it'd be great
Yeah.
fan art to decide who gets the
Dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 box.
Aw, baby Groot's in the
So,
front. It's
tweet-
great.
the cluttery desk.
Tweet. It's the 80s. Tweet Marvel News' PTN, a DM, and we'll try to figure out a way, like scheduling wise, get you on the Cosmic Couch. This is
Yeah.
That's
so
great. If
rad.
you,
This is
dude,
so
if you,
great.
If you live in LA, it's not hard to do. We'll figure it out. So
Geo was
DM us.
here.
It's so cool, man.
That's amazing. I
Dude,
love
Yeah.
it.
so clean.
Love
Yeah.
this.
Nice work.
If you're male or female, you're awesome.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
From Cole, Canaletti, at Cole_Canaletti. Wow, yay, it only took a week to finally sit and finish this, but this is really why Marvel Movie News is always late.
Yeah.
What does he say?
Perfect.
Yeah, what's he
What
saying?
is
What
he
do you
saying?
It says, sorry, I got that. There's a car.
Wait, there was traffic.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
Coily. Yeah.
Yes. this
Yeah,
is-
yeah. I love
Coily.
Coy Meets Stanley art so much.
Yeah.
Like, this is so good. Down to the
Coily.
sunglasses, man.
And your Spider-Man.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
also freaking
Sure,
Spider-Man.
of course.
I'll take
of course,
all of these things.
Of course.
Yeah, and finally, from Eli Strange at Eli Fixed on Flicks. Last time was #Logan. Now it's #Starlord. Can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Before he had he has this Lego man at work.
That's awesome.
And
Oh.
he's changed it to Star-Lord.
Nice.
With a little Groot on his shoulder.
Nice. Perfect.
I am
All right.
Groot.
So before I leave, I have one shout out to Intelligent Beast. It's his birthday today. Just tweeted at us. So happy birthday, Intelligent Beast.
Happy
Happy
birthday, Intelligent
birthday.
Beast.
And Cole and I have the same birthday. The
Oh.
artist of that last one. Cole and I have the
Really?
same birthday. So he
Wow.
requested a sexy shout out to me and Cole from Matt. So
When?
Oh, okay.
when September comes.
Okay.
September.
I'm just saying.
Well done. All right.
Oh, it's not now?
Prepare,
It is not
prepare
now.
that sexiness.
Guess I'm
Yeah.
coming back
You
in
got
September.
four months to prepare the sex.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do
Dramatic exit.
All right. Bite. 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 Get out.
Bite.
Boy.
Bye.
Boy. Boy.
Okay.
Out you go.
Super awkward walking in front of the camera. Super awkward. Now you guys get to see
Stretching
how
out.
short Koi makes his chair.
What's up?
All right, now that Koi's gone and we're all
Finally.
here.
So
guy.
just so you know,
Yeah, this is going to be light spoilers, but there
Light.
will be spoilers.
Yeah,
We're gonna do our best.
Spoiler alert!
Oh.
Spoiler
light
alert!
spoilers.
Can you tell that we're married because we just said the same thing at the same time? We're gonna do our best to keep the spoilers to a minimum. So this is risky if you haven't seen it and you don't want any spoilers. We're gonna do our best to keep it to just reactions, things that we liked, stuff like that.
More like, oh man, and not, dude.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
level.
yeah.
Next week we're gonna get full in, like nitty gritty,
Yeah.
get into it, what we
Triple
love.
X
Yeah.
spoilers.
But in the meantime, let me start it off with an easy one. What was one of your favorite moments in the movie? Like like trying to keep spoilers to a minimum, but knowing that spoilers are allowed.
I love the relationship between Drax and Mantis.
Oh, yeah, that's
Agreed.
like, that's my favorite relationship.
That is,
Yeah.
it is absolutely adorable, and it's on note, and I'm glad that it. Okay, just reactions. I'm glad that it.
No, you can
Yeah,
say
I'm
certain
glad that
things.
I'm
They're
glad that they
warned, they're
didn't
warned.
go.
What's our follower
That they
count?
didn't
Did it
go
drop?
romantic
Oh.
with it.
You gotta go
Yeah.
to YouTube.
I'm glad that
agree.
because it's like not everybody has to be coupled off, and I kind of get tired of that in movies. So I'm glad it was a different type of relationship. It was kind of
Totally
like
agree.
a big brother, little sister type of a
Yeah.
thing, and it's just he
More people.
views the world in just like a particular way,
Right.
you know, metaphor light, you know, and,
Metaphor light.
yeah,
And
and
she does too.
and she
that's
does
weird,
too,
yeah.
because she grew up
She's
in
got no social
such a
context.
exactly. She doesn't. So like the two of them together with having those scenes that really hit me. I,
like
liked that.
Like going off of what you said, her introduction, the very first thing that you see her doing, was one of the best. Like that's one of the best character introductions I think I've ever seen.
Do you
It was
mean
the,
from the
it was
trailer
the smile.
or when
it was the
we-
smile.
Oh, the smile. Yeah, yeah,
smile.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the best. Like again, trying to keep it spoiler. Like that was one of my favorite, just character introductions.
You got it.
'Cause
You got everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Within a second, you're like, I know who this character is, and not in
Yeah.
a bad way.
No.
Like
Yeah.
it's a very deep and very well fleshed out character all throughout. But and that one moment, you're like, I know exactly what to expect from this character in a good way.
Yeah, Palm
So-
nailed it.
And what a
Agreed.
great character to pair her up with, too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like the complete outsider coming to the next character who's like the next outsider of the cast, right?
Yeah.
And now he seems relatively normal compared.
I don't know that anyone on the Guardians team would have had the patience for her,
Right.
and I don't mean that in a rude way.
Yeah.
Just I can't, can you imagine Rocket like having
no.
long conversations with
They
her?
kept him far away from her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for that reason. Yeah, actually, that's I never didn't think about that. Rocket was kind of nasty in
He
this
was-
one,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he was
He
kind
was
of in
Rocket.
a bad
He was
mood.
dealing with
Yeah.
issues. He was
Yeah.
like way turned up from the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely projecting things. So,
Yeah.
and that comes to my favorite bit was I won't say it exactly, but the relationship between Yondu and Rocket.
Oh, that was my
I love
my
that.
Oh
answer.
wow!
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about punch in the feels.
yeah, that came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it was
No,
great.
I was the same. Like I was not expecting to get into this movie and be like, oh my god, Yondu might be one of my favorite characters
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe. But
I
like
agree with
He
that.
nailed it.
Dude, he crushed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
he like every single line from him like had so much heart and pathos, and like he like you learn a lot about just how damaged he is and why.
And in doing that, it gave Star-Lord foundation.
Yeah.
Like that's what was so cool about it. It
Yeah,
was like
the
I'm learning
interaction
about
between
Peter
the
Quill
two of
without
them.
even having to learn about Peter Quill right
yeah,
now.
that's a good way of saying
Yeah.
it. Yeah. What was your favorite?
I love the Drax and Mantis stuff. Like I really did. Like it's like very basic core. That was one of my favorite things. But I think what I loved the most was the sort of what they did with the sort of structure of the film. Whereas like how we were talking earlier about how Infinity War is going to split up and we're going to see
Yeah.
different things from various perspectives. What they did in this movie that I liked really well was they paired people up with people who were experiencing similar life issues.
Yeah.
So that they played off of one
Yeah.
another really well. So like just the structure, like the narrative structure of the film, I just immediately loved, because like halfway through the film I realized what they were doing and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is genius.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is so brilliant, like what they've done.
It was like a whole film of nothing but character
It was
development.
that's
Yeah.
all it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're all aliens. They're
Yeah.
all aliens from different corners of the universe, and it's like, oh, I
Which
get
is-
where you're coming from.
Yeah, which is why they start the movie so heavy, right? Like it's just like this is them, what they do on their day to day, and it's killing stuff. You
Yeah.
know? And, then,
Yeah.
and then it's like, cool. Remember? Great. Now let's go over here
Exactly.
and let's reset a little
Just
bit.
a really cute, sweet moment. It's very, very beginning of the movie where Groot's like there and he like waves hi to Gamora.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, you don't know that. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm love hate with that scene because I love the concept of the scene. I just think the group it was played out a bit too long. I don't know because I don't know the CGI wasn't my
I
favorite.
think they wanted to do the entire song. I read somewhere that James Gunn said that ELO had, if Guardians of the Galaxy had an on-ship band that would play for them, it would be ELO.
I can see
So I think he
Oh.
wanted, and I also read that he had to like fight for the song. So I agree with you, but I think he wanted the entire song.
with context
That's
that
what
makes
I
a
think.
little
I
bit
think
more
so.
sense. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put
Got to
so
give
much.
the Cantina band their due.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And I actually I'm glad that they didn't do so much Baby Groot because at the very beginning my thought was,
I was like, oh no.
here we go. All right,
They got it out
I
of the
love
way.
you, Groot, but like I don't want to see you in every scene, and they didn't.
They
I
didn't.
thought he was
Yeah.
used pretty well.
He became a
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow in Pirates 1 after
Yes.
that. Just used when he was needed.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
yes,
that's a good way to put it.
Because he was useless. He was a baby.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
He
He
was
wasn't
he's
useless to my heart.
He's just not.
He
He
gave
was
me what I
just-
needed.
He's an actual learning child, and
Yeah.
so he shouldn't be incredibly strong or terribly useful at the time. Everyone, he's always like on people's shoulders. He's kind of like this cute little burden.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
put your
Adorable
seatbelt
burden,
on.
But
Yeah.
that's what gives you that sense of family. It's like no matter what,
Yeah.
even though he's a
Yes.
burden, they still go out of their way
And
to
all
make
of
sure
them
he's
care
okay.
about him.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of
Everyone.
my favorite things going off of what you said. It, like with Gamora, like waving at him, it was like,
Even her.
like it was
Yeah.
such a motherly moment, and I was like, oh,
They're
like,
like, of course you're gonna smile and be like, hi.
yeah, and like they're in the middle of fighting this terrible beast, and they are not winning,
Yeah.
and like, hi, sweetheart, yeah,
Yeah.
go protect yourself, okay, mommy's got to work.
Don't
like,
die.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love that so much, and
See,
like,
and I
But
feel like. Oh, go ahead.
No, but jumping off of what Brittany was saying with like the family, like I think it was Brittany that said it might have been Leo. That side of the table.
they both sound the
It's
exact
okay.
same.
Yeah.
Really
But
same.
like with family, and then like, when you continue in that scene, you have another character go and take care of him, even though they're in this
Everybody's
battle.
trading off
Yeah, they're trading off.
responsibility.
Everybody's got an eye on him while they have an eye on each other.
Which is crazy considering what's going on. That they're
Yes.
still that capable as a team that
Yeah.
they can spare a little bit of resource to watch out for the baby tree that's cutely playing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And taking out his anger on somebody smaller than
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right.
Just kicking things. I was gonna say that it's I like that moment very, very much with Gamora, but I find it unfortunate that it was only in little moments like that we got real character development out of her. I feel like she was the most underplayed character in the movie, in my opinion. I feel like everyone got not just screen time, but just more development in general. I feel
I
like
can
she
agree
was
with that.
her role was just to kind of move Peter through his story arc instead of like her, which is
Or
meaningful
move
because then she
Nebula through
cares.
hers.
And I was gonna say, or Nebula.
And
too.
Nebula
Yeah.
as well. She was more of like a catalyst than like
Agreed,
a strong. Which in the last movie, I get she got all the attention then, but then all of that seemed to just sort of dissipate, and she was at the service of others.
I'll
more.
agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll agree
Yeah.
with that. She definitely got more screen time, but it was a catalyst to other people in
Yes.
that way.
Where like you look at like Drax, and
Yeah.
he drove
Oh,
scenes.
wow.
You know what I mean?
Like, stole the
Stole it.
show.
Yeah.
Rocket and Drax the movie.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what it was
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I liked about Mantis was that it felt like her character was actually allowed to be a character, like because so often in these movies, the female characters are
Yes.
like there to keep the boys in check and like to make sure that everything's moving forward. Exactly like what we were
I
joking
mean,
at the
there's
beginning
a
of
million
the
female tropes that are all bad.
yeah, but like even
I
at the
don't feel
beginning
like
of,
this one hit many.
even at the beginning of the show, we were making a joke about how Brittany's here to keep me on track. Like that's not like no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you're,
no.
you know,
no, you're
but-
your own fully fledged out person. That was just a joke.
No, it's okay.
How much did he pay you?
Not enough.
And that was coy anyway.
Oh,
Coy
I'm just
made the
teasing.
pants
No, I'm
remark.
just teasing.
I'll throw him under the bus.
That strong female lead. Yeah, well done. Well done.
But I do what I loved was that Mantis got to be like like that wacky out there
She was the fun character.
character, and it's like I would love to see Gamora and Nebula both get that chance in the next film. And it sounds like from what I've read, like James Gunn is aware of that. He's trying to give them bigger, more expanded
seems
roles.
that way.
Like they might even get their own spin-off, Gamora and Nebula. Like
I felt like it was very set-up-y, the way their relationship worked, which I was into, by the way. But it did feel very like, okay, this is just a step. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
we'll give you this in this movie because we know you need it, but just it had that sort of feel to it.
Yeah, I forgot how tall Karen Gillan was.
She's so tall.
She's
Oh,
a
in
tall
comparison,
woman.
yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
comparison.
That's why.
to-
That's why she always has to stand like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about
She was
that.
like
yeah.
sulking, and then like I did enjoy that with her character. It was kind of like there was the emotional development was like severely, it wasn't as strong and like
She's Raphael from Ninja Turtles. Let's be honest.
Oh, there we go.
She
Thank
totally
you.
is.
Was a tougher
She
dad.
was.
A
Yeah.
little tougher dad.
yeah, bit of a tougher dad. I love that we got that backstory too from her. I don't want to get
So
into
good.
it, but
Yeah.
you get a lot of backstory from Nebula and learn where that pain came from, and you're just like, whoa,
And suddenly
okay.
she's justified in her
Oh.
behavior. You're like, oh, I
Yeah.
would probably want to kill Gamora too.
Yeah, I would
That's-
actually.
Yeah.
But at
totally
the
on
same
board for
time,
that.
is why she's so driven to be close to Gamora. It's like it's a
Yeah.
duality to her purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
great.
total sort of like juxtaposition. Like there are two things that
Did
two
you guys
sides
like
at odds.
Kurt Russell?
That's this thing I want to.
Yeah.
How did y'all feel about Ego?
We're all waiting. We all.
Yeah,
knew.
we all had that question. Like, how did you feel about Ego?
10-year-old crush Brittany who had a crush on
How'd you like
Kurt
young?
Russell.
How'd you like young Kurt
I
Russell?
mean, I loved it. I just loved
Yeah.
Kurt Russell in general. I saw him, I was like,
God,
like,
Marvel, Disney's all
lighter.
about that game. Let's make
Yeah.
everyone
He
young.
was so cute. I loved it, and I was surprised because I actually completely stayed away from the trailers, so I didn't really understand anything going into it. So
Me
I
neither,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't see what happened with him happening. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
see that coming.
no.
Yeah.
But when I did see it coming, I saw it fairly early.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
like it was
I-
pretty apparent. I was like, oh, there's no real opposition. So
Here, yeah.
I just love that he lived up to his namesake.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Big
I got
time.
it. Yeah.
It was just. I was like, oh, I dated you before, dude. Like, man.
Oh my God.
Little do you guys know, Marquia and I used to date.
Oh, yeah. He has a mustache. He has a mustache.
So, what was your favorite use of a song?
Honestly,
Again, like I know that I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
It's a little softball, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we also don't want to give any spoilers
Sure,
to
sure,
those who don't want that. So,
I didn't like the songs.
You know
as
my
much as the
favorite.
first movie.
You know
Did
my
you say
favorite.
something, Hydra Steve?
4 minutes. Thank you.
Brandy was my favorite. I
Yeah.
love that song anyway. So when I saw that was on the soundtrack, I thought, oh, that'll be great. I wonder how they'll use it. It was pretty important.
Yeah,
to
it
the
was.
story.
It like
Yeah, and
it
to
had
the-
like thematic weight to it.
Yes,
yeah.
that's a great way of saying it. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was my favorite.
I forget the song, but for the scenario, say where it was near the end, there was a concentrated task that was being done, and then there was.
Was it
What's
Chain by Fleetwood Mac?
I think that was it
Yeah.
then.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
because
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're like,
Yes.
focus on this. It's like, oh, this thing.
Yes.
Oh crap!
And it was a great beat and great.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
And I
Chained
thought
by
it-
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
And I thought that it had such a different note to it that it was perfect for that
Agreed.
resulting scene.
It was
afterwards.
like powerful and almost quiet too. And I
Yeah.
know the part it started on, and that was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's what they're using.
Yeah,
this
they
song
cued
for?
the music
Yeah.
really, really
Agreed.
well. Because I would say when they first arrived to Ego's planet, like the use of the song and integration of them seeing the planet was like, whoa, that was pretty craftily done. Well done. But I don't know. Also, what was the song that played during the scene with Yondu and Rocket when he goes banana ham?
Oh God.
Oh my god, I don't
that
remember.
was.
Yeah, I felt like it fit. The thing is, I don't remember the song, but I remember thinking like, oh, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
That really
So when
works.
you go to watch the movie, whenever
yeah,
they
Watch
are
the
going
movie
there-
and then
trust
rewatch
me,
this.
You'll know the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think neon lights. Like, that was
Was
cool.
it Fox on the Run? Was it Fox on the Run?
I don't
think
remember.
That maybe it was it.
I don't
Anyway,
know, but
I
that's,
agree with
It had
that's,
a lot of attitude.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
funny
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he was called a fox.
That's
before.
Yeah.
what I thought it was about.
My
yeah.
my favorite was the oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? I love the father and son song.
Oh,
why am I forgetting his name though?
Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens. That like I'm not gonna say how they used it, but when you hear it,
Oh yeah.
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 That was great.
So getting off the songs real quick because I know we need to shut it off. Go away. Go away. Get out of here. Get off our lawn. I loved the themes of family and how well like James Gunn played with that.
Yeah.
And I love one of my least favorite things about the first movies was the Ravagers. I wasn't a giant fan of the
Right.
Ravagers.
Oh, but
I did.
Liz,
Leo,
you
the song
get
was
it.
Lakeshore Drive. I was wrong. It was Lakeshore Drive.
I love
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Sorry.
I wasn't a giant fan of the Ravagers, but in this movie, complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
No,
it.
they had dimension.
They meant
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
You know?
And like making
It made me wonder, like, what do they do? Like,
Yeah.
what, you know,
Oh, they
what-
steal stuff.
No, I know, but I'm just thinking, like, what do the different ones do? Like, are they all the same?
yeah, like the fact
what
that
do they
there's
do
like
different?
factions
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
and that
I
they
love
have
that.
they have their own type of honor.
Dude, they have their
Yeah.
own bars that they hang out at. What?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I love that. So sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, are we bringing Coy back in for the sign off, or how are we
No,
doing this?
he's already
Okay.
signed up.
Screw that
done.
guy.
He's done.
Yeah, screw that guy. He should have seen the movie.
Sexy out.
Yeah. he had 2 chances.
He had 2 chances and he missed them both. Give me out.
I'm your new host.
I did it wrong a third time, so third time's the charm. According to Mr. Mehanan, thank you, and from the chat, come a little bit closer was the Yondu escape.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's
He's
right.
right. He was
1000%.
right.
So, if you're watching and you want to know where to look for Easter eggs, there's a part where they're jumping between portals and you see a lot of different planets. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yes.
And we have to sign off. My name is Matt Key, at the Matt Key. You can catch me on the Wednesday Club over in Geek and Sundry, and I'm on Screen Junkies Thursdays and Fridays. Marquia, go.
Marquis McCarty, MarkeiAMCCARTY. Twitter, Instagram, also Screen Junkies News. Just a thing on Monday. I'll be doing something 2 Mondays from now. So see me then.
You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Leo Zombie, where I just uploaded a picture of me dressed as Doctor Strange in honor of being on the show
It's
today.
beautiful.
Thank you very much. You can follow me on this network Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific on Disney Movie News, and you can watch me daily on Facebook, facebook.com/GameTalkLive at noon Pacific, and I talk about video games there. There you go.
Brittany, go.
My name is Brittany Walk, and you'll see me in your dreams.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Later, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.